Okay, today we're going to talk about my favorite word. It is mindset. And most importantly, positive mindset and growth mindset. We all heard of those terms, right? They're great concepts. Except they don't just come just by someone telling you to have growth mindset. I can't tell my students, you know what, you have to have growth mindset. If you have growth mindset, you know what, you can do really well in school. You can do all things in your life if you have growth mindset. Because you have fixed mindset, you're not able to do things. Can we just have growth mindset? Now, it seems like someone can just turn a switch in their body and this switch is going to turn on the growth mindset, right? It doesn't work like that. That's why we all get stuck, and that's why it's my favorite word, because I also got stuck and blocked. And so you might be wondering, so how do we actually get growth mindset and positive mindset? Well, it starts internally. As I always say, you have to be home first. If you're not home, if you're working from external pressures and demands, you're not home. But if you're not home, you don't even know where you're blocked, what systems are offline. When you don't know what systems are offline, you're not going to ever have positive mindset or growth mindset. You can't even think in that capacity. So forcing somebody to have a positive mindset or growth mindset is almost telling them that's something they cannot ever achieve. And that's why it doesn't work. So it's not about just doing affirmation. Okay, I'm going to have positive mindset. I'm going to have positive mindset, and it isn't going to show up. It won't show up. It's more internal work that gets you ready to have positive mindset. So how do we get ready? By getting ready means we need to understand ourselves first. We need to understand what we're dealing with inside, what systems are off, and we need to understand where are we blocked. And that is hard for somebody to figure out. That's why coaches are so important in our life. Not tutors, coaches are so important, because if they're trained properly, they can figure out where the blocks are. And if they know where the blocks are, they can then coach you to unblock yourself and get into flow. And when you're in flow, guess what you have? You have a result of mindset. That is the positive mindset. It is the result of it. That is why we cannot just start with mindset. We don't start with positive mindset. We don't start with growth mindset. We actually get it as a result. It is a byproduct of us working on our internal systems. And when those systems are in alignment, we will have growth mindset. So that's how mindset works. So if you've been struggling like me on how to have positive or growth mindset, don't worry, there's nothing wrong with you. You might be blocked. You just need to learn what blocks are holding you back. I'll see you on another video.